So what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dalek JD, and there is a bunch of Infinite Warfare zombies going up on the channel today. I've already put up some multiplayer gameplay, which you can check down below, first link in the description. But in this video, we're dedicating all our time to talking about Infinite Warfare zombies in Spaceland. I've played it for about an hour so far at CoD XP, and I want to get even more hands-on time before I bring you a super in-depth breakdown. But when that video does come out, it will teach you literally every single little bit to know about the gameplay, everything in the map. Literally, it will be one of the most detailed videos I've ever created. I'm really excited to bring you as much information on it. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about my first impressions. Now, I've only played it for an hour, and there is a 15-minute time limit on the game. Now, I think the map is literally the exact same thing that we're going to be playing on day one. Nothing seems to be locked, but because that 15-minute time limit, it makes it incredibly difficult to be able to open and explore everything, which is why it takes multiple playthroughs of that 15 minutes to even get a full gist of what's going on here. Firstly, I want to thank Activision for providing me with the travel and access to CoD XP to be able to provide you with the videos on Infinite Warfare. Now, I've been no way paid to talk about any positive things about the game in any way, shape or form. This is genuinely my opinion on first impressions of playing Infinite Warfare Zombies in Spaceland, and as I play more, of course, I can tell you more. My opinion might change, but this is what I'm feeling after playing it for just over an hour. Now, upon first impressions of playing, there seems to be a little bit of depth to the story. I wouldn't go out on a limb and say it's as deep as Treyarch's, but as soon as you spawn into the map, there is a large, heavy premise on Willard Wyler talking to you as this crazy director, and he is the announcer of the zombies mode. There's all sorts of similar drops to Treyarch, and you start in this small little room and you have to power on a generator in order to buy the first buyable area. But of course, we're in this massive theme park. It's split up into 4 different sections. Now, honestly, I'm actually really liking it. It's like as if Exo Zombies and Treyarch Zombies had a baby. It's definitely not as bad as Exo Zombies. There seems to be quite a little bit of depth there with the storyline. Of course, we only had 15 minutes, so that's definitely not enough time to explore and learn everything. But the characters seem to be very, very quirky. They each have their own different melee weapon. Someone has a spoon, another has a bottle, another literally just slaps the zombies. But there's some sort of crafting systems, and there's literally loads of parts littered around the park, as well as different buildable areas. One of the main things is this little souvenir coins that drop, and if you get a combination of different icon souvenir coins at a little grabber machine, you can wield and craft yourself a different item. I managed to get myself the boom box, which acts as the monkey bombs. You can also get yourself a laser window trap, so any window that the zombies climb out from, you can put lasers on them. And then the last one is a turret, which I didn't get to build, but that seems to be very interesting. Now, the whole thing just seems to be very, very slapstick comedy, very, very quite opposite from Treyarch's dark, gritty story, which some people will be disappointed in. The fact that there doesn't seem to be, well, at the moment anyway, we've not explored enough, but there doesn't seem to be a concretely really deep story like Treyarch has. But for this first attempt from Infinity Ward, it seems to be going on a very good track. It seems to be a thing which has a lot of replayability. The fact that the map is so big, I'd say it's probably around about double the size of Shadows of Evil. Now, don't quote me on that. Of course, I've not opened every single area, explored every nook and cranny, but I do feel this is going to be a really, really huge map. Now, in terms of Easter eggs, we didn't really seem to find anything so far. Maybe they took that out for the build that we are playing right now, but there seems to be a lot of buildables around the map. We also found the DJ, David Hasselhoff. He simply works as someone that you can literally go and find in the park. You can go up to him, and as you talk to him, that will literally change the soundtrack that's playing, and the music is constantly playing all the time throughout the game. You see on the heads-up display, it'll pop up with the artist and the name of the song, and there is, of course, a way to turn that off in the audio options, because I'm sure that will get quite annoying. But the soundtrack's so vast that from all the time playing, I've never heard the same song twice, so that's quite interesting, and it'd be weird to see how that's influenced as you play on. I was told that there's going to be different parts of the gameplay experience where Hasselhoff will give you certain items to build certain things, and that's definitely going to play into effect when it comes to the Easter egg. In terms of the drops, they're very, very similar to Treyarch Zombies, if not exactly the same. There is a few new ones. I mean, there was some new ones in Exo Zombies. There was an infinite ammo one where you had infinite ammo for around about 30 seconds or so, which was interesting. And there's also the new Fate and Fortune card system, which is pretty much their own version of the Gubblegum. I thought it was going to be a very, very poor attempt at trying to copy the Gubblegum, but I think this system actually works quite well. It's a meter that charges up as you play, and you get yourself the 5 cards that you pick before you jump into the game. Now we couldn't decide on what cards to take in, but simply you have an option of all 5 cards straight away. And there was some where there was one that was a version of Undead Man Walking, which is called Molasses, and it was like an image of a turtle which just brings the zombies down to a walking speed. But there were some other really interesting perks and little Gobblegum abilities where stood by a teammate that had full health, you were invulnerable. Now, I'm not sure how exactly that's going to work, because I never really tried that out too well, but it sounds pretty mad. There was also Burned Out, which of course we all know what that is, and it doesn't work quite as well as it does in Black Ops 3. I really can't work out why that doesn't work, but you melee the zombies, then they turn on fire, and they die like a few seconds later. Like, Burned Out was an instant death, and with that, it doesn't seem to quite work, but it's weird. Now, we also have the new system where if you bleed out, you go into the arcade room, which I thought was really, really cool. It's this really small room. You've got like this little option where you can buy some popcorn and drinks. Of course, you can't actually do that, but of course, it's all set up to be with the theatre theme, and there's a bunch of different arcade games for you to play, and in the bottom, there's a soul meter, and you simply have to win at these arcade games in order to get yourself a token to come back into the afterlife. Now, I believe if you don't fill up your soul meter quick enough, then you will simply bleed out. But when you do get yourself the soul meter filled up, you go up to this door, you can purchase a revive token, and it pulls you straight back into the film, and you're back where you died, and then you can run back to the spawn room, go to Lost and Found, pay a certain amount of money, and you'll get all of your weapons back, which I think is a really good thing. The fact that this is a very kind of noob-friendly experience is something that Treyarch doesn't have, and that's the one-up they do have, that it's a very, very fun experience, and it's not too hard on you as well. I think it's really too early to say for those in the high round community if this is going to be something that they're going to be interested in and avidly play to go for high rounds. Of course, there's only a 15-minute time limit, but around the park there is so many arcade and theme park rides to use, and some of them become traps as well, that I think just the longevity of finding a good area and using the traps could be very, very beneficial to getting high rounds. Now, there is some really good weapons in the game that we were told in the live stream, which we didn't find in the map. I think that's stuff you have to build and craft. We did find the magic wheel that was in the exact same spot every time, and I managed to get an axe out of the box, which is a one-hit melee kill, but you only get 20 points a kill, so it does sound like, oh, this is super overpowered, I'm going to be able to survive for really, really long rounds, but you get literally no points from it. That is almost pointless. Now, one thing I will say is the zombies drop ammo clips every so often, which I find to be quite interesting. If you ever need like a little ammo boost, you can sometimes find that, but sometimes you'll find like just these one-off little drops where you get like trip mine grenades or like these explosive tomahawk grenades. There's just a lot of really cool things to explore and find out. Overall, my first impression is I'm genuinely really surprised at how fun this mode is. Now, it is too early to say if this is going to have longevity. I do think that this is a very, very fun mode. It's definitely a lot more slick back from Treyarch in terms of it being so serious and Easter egg focused. It definitely could be Easter egg focused when we actually get to play it, but right now it seems to be a very relaxed experience, which could be all because it's publicly playable at Call of Duty XP. But if there ever is a chance where I can give you guys some actual brand new gameplay, then you bet I will be on that to give you guys and provide that. But I'm going to go ahead now and go to Call of Duty XP. I'm going to bring you guys some videos showing off the venue, showing all the different tents with all the different activities going on, play more Infinite Warfare Zombies in Spaceland, and give you a detailed breakdown. I'm going to be giving you details on how to do very specific things and how that works very, very soon. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you enjoyed the video, drop it a like rating. Make sure to put down below in the comment section what are you thinking so far of Zombies in Spaceland. If you've seen my impressions video, if you've watched other people's, I'm sure very, very soon Call of Duty will be putting out more gameplay. And if you're at CoD XP, let me know as well in the comments and what you think of playing it. Then I'll catch you guys on another video very, very soon.